Hello, I'm your host, Jean-Paul Baran, President of Focus on the Family Canada. Welcome to the Thriving Family, a Focus on the Family Canada podcast. The Thriving Family podcast is made possible by generous donors who support our ministry. In this season of the podcast, we're talking about communication and conflict, which is one of the most common topics people come to us about. Today's episode is short and sweet, just like its subject. We put together a collection of insights from relationship experts about how to deepen love and strengthen communication in your marriage. A friendly reminder, reference to the individuals quoted does not constitute a blanket endorsement of either the individuals, external work, or their respective organizations.
On the school playground, you probably gave your sweetheart a paper heart with, "I like you a lot," painstakingly scribbled on it in your favorite crayon color. Since then, you've come a long way in terms of communicating your love to your spouse. But even the best marriage can benefit from a little spark. We chatted with relationship experts and life coaches for easy, practical tips on enhancing communication within a marriage, as well as special ways to express your love. Tip number 1. Sally Landau, a certified life coach, has a solid suggestion about using strong words. If you and your spouse have a disagreement, explain what's bothering you in a non-accusatory manner. Use all the restraint you can muster to not say, "you never," or "you always." Tip number 2. Stephanie Staples, a motivational speaker and wife of 22 years, reminds us that sometimes discretion is okay. Everything in your head does not need to be said. I know you think you will explode, but ask yourself if what you are about to say is going to help or hurt your relationship. Tip number 3. Todd Reed, a communication coach and author, is all about having an attitude of gratitude. Recent studies reveal that gratitude benefits both the giver and the receiver. When either of you does something nice for the other, like lets you sleep in, washes the dishes when it's your turn, take a second to show appreciation. Even if you're just saying thanks for the small stuff, it can go a long way in solidifying your relationship. Tip number 4. Elle Swan, an international speaker and life coach, has crucial advice for when things get heated. Never respond when you are angry. Leave the room or the house if you need to cool off. Establish a specific word that each person can use to let the other person know, "I am angry and we need to stop talking." Examples of words include cancel or break. Once you've both calmed down, resume the conversation. The best way to fully understand what your spouse is saying is to ask clarifying questions. A clarifying question always begins with, "What I hear you saying is this. Is that correct?" This will give your spouse a chance to either agree or clarify what they meant. The goal is to always communicate with a calm, level head. Tip number 5. Debbie Mandel, a radio host and author of Addicted to Stress, says you can't go wrong if you express your needs or wants clearly. You did not marry your clone, so be specific when communicating to your spouse. Do not take for granted that he or she has read your mind or intuits what you want. Tip number 6. Farrah Parker, an interpersonal communications instructor at California State University, suggests taking it back to the simplicity of writing a love note, a classic way to express yourself and a practice that has slowly been replaced in our modern times. In an age of virtual communication, couples may benefit from giving and or receiving a handwritten note. Not an email, not a text message, but an actual pen and paper. Tip number 7. Sharon Gilchrist O'Neill, a marriage and family psychotherapist and author, recommends taking a class together. For example, taking a cooking class because the act of making a meal and enjoying it together creates a sense of security and safety in your marriage. Couples who are not engaged in any joint activities are living parallel lives. Like young children in parallel play, there's no real connection. Without joint time and activities, intimacy suffers. The benefits of taking a class together are many. Learning together alleviates boredom, routine, and the doldrums. It allows us to see our spouse in a different light. This keeps the creative juices flowing, making a person more interesting. It also allows for new and interesting conversations, whether during the activity and/or after it. Tip number 8. Marriage coach Suzanne Alexander recommends going beyond simple "I love you" remarks. Instead, use character quality language. When couples say specifically, "I love how enthusiastic," or courageous, or caring, or thoughtful you are, it goes right to the heart. Add specifics about what actions were taken, and it works like giving gold. Tip number 9. Ryan Delagish, author of Love Notes, a biblical look at love dates, recommends just that. Dates. Even cheap fast food are important. You don't have to break the bank to enjoy time with your spouse. Plan a regular night each week that you can call a date night. Ryan's monthly date budget is $100. Once a month, they go to a nicer restaurant. The other 3 weeks, they hit up fast food places. Make a point to have time alone. Tip number 10. Michael Jonas, who creates conversation-starting board games for couples along with his wife, recommends you make a date night at home, even with your kids. Many couples are harried at the end of the day, and dinner gets thrown on the table. Make a more intimate atmosphere at the dinner table, with matching dishware, a sprig of flowers, and softer lighting. These specific things calm the day's end and invite conversation, even with children who often learn from what they observe their parents do rather than what their parents say. And finally, tip number 11. Jason Coleman, author of Discovering Your Amazing Marriage, suggests making a souvenir that celebrates a special moment that you and your spouse shared. Find a favorite photograph of the two of you and have it printed on a mouse pad or a large magnet. Jason did this almost 7 years ago with a photo he took at the beach one summer. At the local office supply store, he found a box of printable magnetic paper. He made a large refrigerator magnet with their picture on it from their home computer and printer, and it's still on their fridge to this day.
What fun! Creative and practical ideas. Thanks for listening to today's episode of The Thriving Family, a podcast from Focus on the Family Canada. Check out our show notes for more marriage strengthening tips. You can also find information about our Journey to Us marriage conferences and retreats. If you wish to talk about this further, or if it brought up something that you would like to talk through, you can have a free one-time consultation with one of our registered counselors at Focus on the Family Canada over the phone. Give us a call at 1-800-661-9800 to request a consult. It's our gift to you. Thanks for listening to today's episode of The Thriving Family, a podcast from Focus on the Family Canada. If you like this episode, please leave us a review wherever you listen to podcasts, and be sure to subscribe. If you feel led, you can make a donation at focusonthefamilycanada.ca/podcast giving. This program is available ad-free because of the generosity of our donors. Most importantly, please remember that we are here for you and your family.